the question comes how to name it, how to name the compound. Alright, it's very simple, you see, very simple. Once you understand the rules, then it's not at all difficult. Like suppose, let us say this is 1, this is 2, this is 3 and this is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 in which direction I am going? This is which direction? Clockwise. This is clockwise. That means we are moving in this particular direction, isn't it? So what I said? Rectus, towards right. Alright, so it is clockwise, so it is nothing but is your R, system of nomenclature. Fine. Now suppose, this is kind of, now if it is 1, this is 2, this is 3 and this is 4. This is what? Anti-clockwise, you can see the direction. So it is anti-clockwise. So direction is towards left, so it is known as sinistus. You will say, sir, if 1 is here, okay, direction is in this way only, na? Direction this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, this way. Suppose you will see 3 is here, got it? 3 is here. 1, 3, instead of this 3, this 3, it is 3 is here. Let us say, I am writing it, then you will come to know. 3 and 4. Still then, 1, 2, 1, 2, then this is 3. The direction is what? Towards right only, na? Whatever it is. So hence it is the rectus. In this way. It's not necessary that 3 will be here always. So it can be this also. So what is that? See the direction. We are coming in which direction? This direction. Towards right. So it is rectus. Clear? After that is any, according to any that is a rule, you assign the numbers. Once you assign the numbers, then you see the numbers assigned in which direction. It is assigned in clockwise direction or it is assigned in anti-clockwise direction. If it is assigned in clockwise direction towards right, it is rectus. If it is assigned in anti-clockwise direction towards left, it is sinistus. Still very simple. But you need to remember the rules. There are 4 rules are there. First is atomic number. Alright, 4 different atomic numbers. If 4 different elements are there, 4 different I am saying. But if suppose elements are same, then you have to see the isotopes, the atomic weight. In that case, in that way it will be given. The third is, I said you, that is if the elements are same, and the fourth is double bond and triple bond if it is there. Alright, fine. Now, I hope you understood DL system, erythro-trio and RS system of nomenclature. This one, we understood. So, after that, I have told you once about allenes. Allenes means what? See, allenes, understand it. These are the types of, what you can say, compound I am saying. Allenes means if you are having carbon-carbon double bond here in this way. Clear? That means if one carbon is attached to 2 double bonds on either of the side. If one carbon is attached to 2 double bonds on either of the side, then it is known as what? Allenes. It is called as allenes. Now, the main thing is here, this is A, this is B, this is A and this is B. What is this? This is cis. We can say that. Now, suppose AB and this is BA, then what is this? This is known as what? Trans. It is said to be as trans, we can say. This is cis and this is trans. You already studied. So this is coming under what? Allenes. Got it? But while naming, the name of the group is allenes. But while naming, what we'll say? Diene. The 2 double bond is the diene, we can say. Clear? Now, why did I say diene? Because the 2 double bonds can be in the first carbon and also in the last carbon. It can be, or anywhere in the middle. But if it is attached to the same carbon atom on either side, then it is called as allenes. Now this is not an allene. See students, this is not an allene. This is double bond and this is double. This is not an allene. This is diene simply. This is diene. 2 double bonds are there. But this is allene. See the difference here. Alright? I hope it's clear. Now next is, after that, after allenes we will come to, there is nothing but alkylidin. Alkylidin, we can say that. Alkylidin. We have got some compounds also I have given you in nomenclature, that is alkylidin. Now alkylidin means what? See, we are having alicyclic ring and to which we are having a double bond carbon, that is known as what? Alkylidin. Alright, alkylidin. Suppose here alicyclic ring is there and a double bond is there. Double bond C, that is called alkylidin. Okay, fine. Like cyclohexylidin. If this is there, I gave you this compound if you remember it. Cyclohexylidin methanone. Why it is methanol? Ketone it is. One carbon meth, double bond O, one, that is ketone, methanol in this way. So cyclohexylidene. Now here also A, B, and this is A, B. We can say that. Alright. So it is what? Cis. This one is what? Cis. And let us say this becomes your A and this becomes your B. Then what it becomes? Trans. See, diagonally. Alright. I am not teaching you nomenclature. That is, I am giving you the naming of different types of groups according to isomerism. Mind it, what I am teaching the chapter, isomerism. So this is what? This is nothing but trans alkylidene, and the other one, that was cis alkylidene. Alright, clear? Now, after that, let me just check your knowledge a little bit. Let me check your knowledge. Now, let me, instead of A and B, let me do something. Let us say I am putting here CH3, I am putting here H, double bond O, and let us say I am putting here H, and I am putting here COOH. First of all, you tell me, is it cis or trans? It is trans. HH, diagonally attached. Trans. Done? It is trans. Alright, so while naming the compound, you need to put trans first. Trans. You need to put trans first. That is the thing. Now, what is the name? How will you number it? How will you do the numbering? From where you do the numbering? What is the name? You will say me, sir, we will do the numbering from here, double bond. That is there. Or functional group from here. They are all outside. Outside the alicyclic ring. It is not counted. If the double bond is here, suppose, instead of here, then I would have given the preference to the double bond. It's functional group, mind it. It is outside the ring, not given. So, I will give preference to what? The prefix, that is CH3. Because by default hydrogen I have written it. Because hydrogen is there. I have just taken it the hydrogen outside. Don't think hydrogen I have put it extra. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. The numbering is done in this way. I cleared your doubts that you might be thinking that I can start from here or here. No, nothing. This is outside the ring. It is not being done. Even the double bond is also not taken because double bond is also outside the ring. Then what is attached to the ring? That is CH3 group. You say CH3 is also outside the ring. Yes, of course. Prefix is always outside only. What I said, CH3 as a prefix. It's always outside. It's never inside with the ring. Alright. So hence here the prefix is there. Alright. Double bond, if it would have been inside, then I would have given the preference. Again I am saying repeatedly to you. Alright. So here what should be the naming? The numbering I have done. Now you can do the naming. 1 methyl. Alright. 1 methyl. See. 1 methyl. Cyclo. What is that? Hexyl. Alright, cyclohexylidene, cyclohexyl, then cyclohexyl, then double bond C is there. What I said you? Cyclohexylidene. Okay, cyclohexylidene. So instead of cyclohexylidene, I will write cyclohexylidene. Then in fourth position, what I am having? Ethanoic acid. See, 1, 2, 2 carbon atoms, or we can say 1, 2, 2 carbon. Isn't it? 2 carbon atoms. You see here? 1, 2, 2 carbon. It is ethanoic acid. 2 carbon means eth. Carbon carbon single bond means an, and COH is oic acid. So ethanoic acid. You may also write acetic acid, but acetic acid is a common name. Understood? So trans 1 methyl cyclohexylidene ethanoic acid. Suppose if H comes here and COH goes there, then what it will be? Cis. Cis 1 methyl cyclo. 1 is not required. I have written it. 1 methyl cyclohexylidene 4 ethanoic acid. Okay, how to name it? That is alkylidene. Group we can select. How it is being used. Fine. Now next we are doing isomerism, not the nomenclature. Understood? Isomerism part we are doing it. Next we will come to, that is we can say spirene. Now, spiro you have said it. What is spirene? This is your spirene. How spirene means? When number of spiro group will be there. Number of. Let us say 2 only I put it. Why to confuse you so much? Let us say here is H, here it is NH2. Here it is H and here it is NH2. Then what is this? Cis. Isn't it? HH, NH2, NH2 on the same side. It is known as what? Cis. We can say. Cis. How will you name it? You know how to name the spiro compounds? You know it? How to name the spiro compounds? You'll be naming it accordingly. The spiro compounds. Alright, that's a homework for you. You'll do it and you'll show it to me. Not only this, you will do it another one also. I'm giving to you another one. Alright, what is that? What is that? What is that? Yes, let me change little bit. Let me make it in this way. Okay, and here that is, let me put here, that is Cl, here it is H, and here that is, let me do one thing. I can put it here also, same thing. So suppose H here and OMe. OMe, you know it or not? OMe, you know it? Find it out. Okay, I've given to you. So in this way, you name this two. Alright? I have told you already, this is also is, what is that? Cis, HH on the same side, it is cis. This also is nothing but cis. The name will start from cis. The first one I am writing it for you. And next you will complete it and you will give it to me. You will show it to me. This is cis. And you tell me what is that? You already did the spiro compounds. But it is coming under spirine because two spiro compounds are joined. We can say that. Clear? Now, next is after that. So we have read it. Allenes, we have read it. That is alkylidins, we have read it, spirines, and the next is we will be coming to biphenyl. We can say that biphenyl. Now, biphenyl means, what is biphenyl? Okay, fine. See, this is phenyl. One benzene ring, one hydrogen I have removed, phenyl. This is another benzene ring, I have removed hydrogen. Now, what is that? Phenyl. So it is biphenyl. We can say that. This is known as biphenyl. We can say. Fine. Now here, see, A, B, B. Then what is that? It is known as what? Cis, we can say that. Alright, it is known as cis, this particular one. And if you change this B here, A here, then it becomes what? Trans. It becomes nothing but trans, we can say that. In this way, cis and trans, the naming you can do it. Clear? So in this way, what you find is that this is now optically, if you ask me, optically it is inactive in nature. This one. Why is optically inactive? Because this is the plane of symmetry. See, the upper part and the lower part, both are similar, symmetrical. Meso compounds, na? Symmetrical. This is a plane of symmetry. So it is, we cannot take the optical nature of this particular compound. We can only take the geometrical nature. Alright, that is cis and trans, we can say that. Clear? So this is coming under what? Biphenyl. So everything I made it clear, because you may ask me also that say it is optically active or not. No, it is not optically active. It is coming under meso, we can say that, because we are having a plane of symmetry. You have seen it, I have drawn it and I have shown it to you. Alright, clear? So one homework I am giving you from here, you will be doing it and you will show it to me, the naming. Let me see how much you remember it. That is now. Next, after that, we will come to, that is nothing but conformational isomerism. We will come to conformational isomerism. We are doing now configurational till now. It is conformational isomers. We can see conformational isomers. Okay, that's the next video.